Hi, I'm Lasir from 3CSA2 again, and I'm here with my cloud team. My lead Sneha is here, and then I think Sindhu is also here. Let me just check. So we have our team here. Sindhu is here, and yeah. So coming to the thing of the tiers, I'd just like to show you what exactly Priscilla is saying. So yeah, can you just see my screen? Yeah, okay. So this is what milestone progress from your campus is here. Currently, this is the tier one where 70 students are able to complete and 50 students, and then we have actually it's 35. So yeah, so as soon as we complete our tiers, yeah. I hope my screen is visible, and I request everyone to please mute your mics. And so we need to complete this course from our college. We have 90 registrations, and then I hopefully think that we'll all together be able to complete all 90 or at least above 70. So then coming back to the course, I hope all of you got this mail where you were given an access thing. Actually, currently it's showing 9 credits, but then it's later changed to the monthly subscription. Did anyone still not get this mail? Can you just drop it in the chat box? Yeah, and my other member, core member Dikshita is also here. Anyone didn't get the mail? Yeah, okay, I see mostly everyone got. So, okay, let's begin the session. So first, I'll just say what exactly needs to be done. So you need to copy this
Uh,
link and
Lasya, just a minute. Chinmay hasn't received it seems.
1 minute, just give me a
Uh,
second.
yeah, people. We are here to address the doubts. So whatever doubts, I like because we are not having any training program further, right? This is the way. You just need to. It's a self study course basically. Self practice. So if you have any doubts before moving further, please address it right now itself.
So Chinmay, can you just check in this mail ID which you've got? Because it shows that you've received. And drop it in the chat box. Chinmay, this is the mail you'll get your link to. Please check it in that. And then yeah, proceeding further, how to do that exactly if people for people who did not do it. So you have to copy this link and go in. Yeah, just give me a minute. Need to copy this and open an incognito window. Then you need to paste it, and then it takes you here. Then again you go back, you copy this link. I mean this code, and you again go to your incognito window. You paste it, and then you say, "I'm not a robot." Complete the process. This way you will get your this part. So this is the first lab that we need to complete. Even in the mail,
Just a minute, Lasya. Before going, I request everyone if you could do it right now itself. That would be nice, right, Lasya?
yeah, sure. If anyone didn't do, just let me know. I'll go slow because, as far as I know, you guys have already done that. So
Okay.
still, you want to do this?
Yeah, I am only there actually.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, anyone if you couldn't do it, I request if you could do it right now before leaving. That would be nice. So, your code is available here, right?
Yeah.
EDUCR GCCP. That is the code, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So make sure you don't share this with anyone outside this group. Okay. So you open this in an incognito window and then copy the code and paste it as I've said earlier. Okay.
Yeah, done.
Then I hope all of you got access to this page now.
Yes.
So now, 1 minute. Just give me a minute. Did every one of you complete the first lab, or do you want me to explain it? Because I heard many were facing didn't understand how to do actually. Because people are very new to the console. Okay, though you've completed, just let me go to that again so that it'll be easy for people who've not done. Okay, for Prasida, I'll do that again.
Yeah, yeah, I'm done. This part I got it.
This one, a tour to. Did you complete this lab, everyone?
No, no, no. I just entered the code and I got this catalog page. After that, you can tell.
Dharani, if you didn't get the mail, just listen to the entire session. We'll go through the thing what needs to be done next after this. Okay.
No,
So
she didn't get a mail of what? The code?
no, yeah, I shouldn't get the mail of this. I guess the congratulations, you are now enrolled.
Yeah, maybe you could check her mail, maybe.
Yeah, let me just go through that. Okay.
Dharani Manne, Manne.
Yeah, okay. Dharani, this is the mail to which you'll get your code. Please, because if your name is there in this list, that means that you've got the code. Maybe it's in your spam thing or something. Just check.
Yeah, please check in spam or promotions or
Socials.
yeah. And there is another question asking why are we supposed to use incognito mode?
Okay, so the thing is, first thing, this is what I'm assuming. Because the Google Cloud Console generally, whether you do it a normal thing or this thing, that actually gets clashed with your regular Google account. So what they prefer is like, since you won't be signed into your incognito window, so you generally do it in your incognito window. So that because when you open Google Console, you'll be given a new credential, new user ID, new password. Mine is like Sri25 last year's my email, and I have my password. That's in my normal thing. In incognito, I'll be given a quick lab account. So there won't be any clashes between the accounts. So that's why we use incognito. And
Right.
you want to please make sure you do it in incognito. Okay. So, okay, yes, all the labs should be done in incognito. So, okay, will complete, before going to complete the lab, uh, Pallavi, what do you mean by sign in? A sign in is that you need to copy the link and go to the incognito and then paste the code there. That's what, and then you click on you have two buttons on your screen, join and sign in. Click on sign in. That's what you'll do. And okay, so before going to the lab, I just want to take a couple of minutes in explaining what GCP is. And I think majority of you have already attended the session that was conducted as a part of DevFest. But then I just want to go through that slides again. And yes, if you have any doubts, my team is there to support you. They are also well equipped with all of this. So you can ping any one of them, Sneha, our lead, and then we have Sindhu and Deekshita. So I'll be going into the PPT now. So yeah. So oh my god, sorry. So I'm Lasya and I'm the facilitator. And then today's agenda is we'll just get ourselves introduced to this platform, and then we'll do the first lab. If time permits, we'll do the next lab also, getting started with Cloud Shell and G Cloud. So yeah, so what is Google Cloud Platform? I'll pretty much read from the slide. I guess you guys can follow that way. So Google Cloud enables developers from building from simplest web applications to the complex things, is highly scalable. And I hope you all know what actually cloud is used for. So cloud is basically used when you want. So in layman term, if I have to explain, suppose you have a rush in a busy hour when there are results. So during our MSET results or anything, only during that particular period of time we are going to access the website. Remaining time, no one is going to check the results. Although there would be traffic, but then high traffic is expected only in a certain period. So during such times, you need more CPU power. Or during registration time, when we all register for the exams, we need lot of memory to be there so that we can store our data and all this. So it's actually like scalable, elasticity, and then accessibility of data from anywhere. That's generally the core basic of like what Google Cloud is actually used for. Not Google Cloud for that matter, cloud platform. So yeah, coming to Google Cloud platform, we'll see why that is useful also. And so Google Cloud platform is a set of modular cloud-based services that allow you to create anything from simple websites to complex applications, as I've already said. So yeah, coming to data centers. So data, let's just see what on-premises is. On-premises is that when you have the hardware required for your company in your premises only, that is in your building or in your office itself. But what data centers are like, these are globally established where your company uses those data centers instead of having its own hardware. So that kind of reduces our cost for hardware maintenance. So okay, so Google Cloud for 24 by 7 internet, we need data centers, you need to access data that's present across different parts. And then some of the Google Cloud data centers are like high performing, secure, reliable, efficient data centers in the world. So anything Google does is best, at least according to me. And then, okay, GCP is organized into regions and zones. So there are 29 regions in the world, and those 29 regions are divided into 106 zones. So here, regions are interconnected using mesh backbone networks. So I hope third year CSC people can understand like what meshed backbone network is. It's like one of the topologies in networking, and mesh backbone is like you'll have a common channel, and then you'll have a mesh topology that is interconnected, and then all those different mesh topologies are connected to a single channel. So that's a backbone network, and different meshes connecting to this backbone network. So it is meshed backbone network. So there are specific geographical locations where all these resources can be run. So then coming to zones are like again further subdivision. Like in a region, you have further multiple zones. So zones can be regional, zonal, and multi-regional. So I'll just explain the example that I've given below. So suppose you are in UK. So this country here is UK. So you are in UK. UK is a part of Europe. So Europe, it's present towards west. So it is Europe West. And then there are again zones, Europe West 2A, 2B, 2C. So first it is globally, then we've come down to multi-regional, that is Europe. Then we've gone further to regional, that is Europe 2A, Europe West 2, because UK is present in the West, and they've categorized that zone as 2. And then again we have further divisions where you want to create your own, you want to um, let me just put it normally, you want to have your resource put there. So that is further divided into zone. So these are very important, selecting a right region and right zone, which I'll explain why this is selecting a proper thing is very important again. So why Google Cloud Platform? So for 15 years, Google has been building one of the fastest, powerful, and high quality cloud infrastructure. And it is one of the top cloud providers amongst AWS, then we have Azure, and then yeah, Google Cloud, obviously. Then okay, coming to the 99. Sorry, coming to 99.95 most popular service providers. Okay, coming to this number, we'll further as we go deeper into the sessions. We will encounter numbers such as 99.9 with 5 nines, then 99.99s. That all comes under service level agreements and service level objects that we'll slowly go into. So everything in the slide is actually useful, where I'll definitely share the slides also, because further when we are going to learn, we'll go in detail of everything. So regardless of the traffic or user location, it has the highest service availability, and this means that your web pages and the systems will always be available. You'll be enjoying your internet 24 by 7. So, yeah, why Google Cloud Platform? Again, Google has the ability to build, organize, and operate a huge network of servers, and the speed at which all the data transfers and everything is just beyond physics. So, yeah, coming to in detail of why Google Cloud, we have industry dedicated solutions. So, Google kept in mind the retail industry, the healthcare industry, gaming, manufacturing, and all these industries. So, coming to retail industry. So, in retail industry, we have demand forecasting or product quantity optimization. Everything can be done in this. And then in healthcare and life sciences, we have biodata is not our that data, the biological data. So the biodata analysis using AI. Then gaming, we have gaming using AI. In finance, we have anti-money laundering and theft detection. That's fake. Credit cards or debit cards. And then we have in telecommunication, we have IoT, 5G going on. In renewable energy, which I'll definitely show in the lab, how renewable energy and everything. And then coming to education, we have Google Workspaces, where the very thing, Google Slides, Google Docs, and Google Meets that we use and everything are a part of education. And then in manufacturing sector, we can know that as again coming to the retail is same as manufacturing, the quality of it or the amount that needs to be manufactured, or the is the price and the quality, everything going in a perfect balance. Then in coming to the government sector, yes, our data goes to the government, but it is with our permission, and then it is used for very valuable analysis that we do for whether be it the census that's happening or the criminal track recording and everything that happens through that. And so yeah, definitely Google Cloud. And then process monitoring and failure detection. So application, Google has a separate profile, that is application performance management suite. And under that we have cloud trace, cloud debugger, and cloud profiler. So what cloud trace does is it sees where the bottlenecks of the application are, which particular thing or what mistake is being made in, I mean, not mistake being made, but what actually is the problem in the application that is slowing down the performance of our application or the project. And coming to cloud debugger, so it debugs our code, it optimizes our code, where we are going around or where the resources are being exhausted. And all this is done while our application is still up. So generally when you see, when we do an application and when we want to make changes in the application, the server goes down, we don't actually have that application on air. But then when we use cloud debugger, the application is still working there, but on the background we are continuously changing, so that the application is available 24/7 regardless of our changes. And then we have cloud profiler, where it monitors the CPU, management, the load on the CPU, the load on the memory that's happening, and everything will be done taken care by cloud profiler. And then security and access control. Yeah, just give me a second. Sorry. Uh, I'm sorry for that. So yeah, coming to security and access control. So from past 15 years, Google has hired over 500 employees just dedicated for its security. So it regularly goes to audits and checks to aim for compliance, that is see if all the security measures are being met or not. So we have two compliances, that is SSAE 16 and ISAE 3402 type 2 standards, which I don't know what exactly they are. I'll get back to you knowing what they are in the next session. So, and then Google Cloud Platform offers a broad range of access controls, which we'll see in IAM section, where actually it's basically like I can be an editor in project one. I can just be a viewer in project 5, because that's how my project owner has decided it. So you have the power to decide who sees your project, who can make you know changes in your project. And we have further going like you can only edit the big query. I mean, I'll say what big query is. You can edit only certain part of the project. All these you can specialize your accesses, that all will be dealt in the IAM, that is IAM and admin section, that's identity access and management section. And then next, this infrastructure tailored for individual businesses. You have big data analytics, you have AI, you have IoT, you have cross solution migration. Cross solution migration is you want to migrate your be it migrating from one cloud to other cloud, or you want to have an intersection, or you want to have a interconnection between the projects in the same thing. All this come in that under that. And then virtual machine enabling, building databases and data storage is generally used in games, where you need to personalize the experience for the user. the game user, or sometimes in e-commerce also. Then launching and extending container applications, we'll see what containerization is when we come to Kubernetes. And yeah, then managing Kubernetes clusters, and then managing API layers, what API is and everything I'll be explaining soon. So API is the application, what is it? I forgot. Okay, but I know the definition. So what API does is that it actually acts as a channel between two different data sources. So using an API, you can just take the data from one source and do it in the other source. So when it comes, I'll again explain what in detail that actually is. So when we come to what legacy systems is and how on-premises is taken to cloud and stuff. So coming infrastructural environments, easy management of hybrid. So what hybrid is basically you have certain data on premises which you want to keep it to yourself, and then you have certain thing on the cloud. So you want to like have your data at two different places. So that is that. And then service levels in I think these are the main three service levels. That's in IaaS is the infrastructure as a service, PaaS is platform as a service, SaaS is software as a service. So software as a service, again coming back, we have Google Docs and everything that comes under software as a service. PaaS is Google App Engines that we'll see. Uh, Further in the sessions. And Google Cloud is infrastructure as a service, obviously, that I've told. Why it is infrastructure as a services, you don't want your data to be the hardware that you have is only your infrastructure. Instead of putting your hardware in your, instead of putting your data in your hardware in your infrastructure, you want to take it somewhere virtually. That is, you're providing an infrastructure virtually for your what do I say, for your needs. So this is infrastructure as a service. You're providing an infrastructure as a service to the customer. So yeah. So let's complete our first lab now. If you have any doubts, you can drop it in the chat box. As After we come to an end of the session, we can discuss about it. If I don't know the answer, I'll get back to you about it in the next session. So okay. So yeah, can everyone open this page? Can you just let me know if you open that page, so that if at least one opens, I can
Which place, Asya? You are saying
this page.
where to go? So this is
After you've logged in, you'll get that option.
see. If we are not doing it in an incognito mode, is it a problem or
It's not a problem. You can do it, but then the thing is, as I previously mentioned, you'll be given a separate. Like మనకి అడుగుతారు కదా, email ID and password. Like when we sign in for QuickLab, Google Console, you'll be given a project ID. Sometimes it gets clashed with your accounts. So what they usually prefer is do it in the incognito. It's not a
so
problem,
how
but
like if I went to incognito mode over there, what link should I paste? Which
yeah.
link?
Okay. I'll go through that again. Just give me a second. Um, so this is the you actually go open a new incognito window, and then you copy this link there, and sorry, yeah. After that, you this dialog box
Okay.
pops up.
Every time we log in, should we go to this mail and enter the link and enter the code? Is it
Yes.
like that? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because if you keep your incognito window like that and you don't do anything, it's fine. But then if you close it, then you'll have to do that again.
Even for the normal one also?
Yes. I
Oh,
mean, yeah, normal one also. I mean, I have not tried a normal one, so I don't know about that.
okay, okay,
So
done.
I'll do this and okay.
I
This is the,
hope this clears some doubts, like with even with some people. Uh,
does anyone have any doubt? I know I'm fast. I'm sorry for that. Um, We have only half an hour time, so I'll just go and we'll quickly do that lab, okay? So we go on to this, and then we have all the tasks down here. So we'll go into individual tasks, see what that is, and then we'll come back and do this, okay? So
Last day to submit the courses or labs is 30th November, is it?
no, it is December 14th. By December 14th, we are expected to complete. Yes, one more important thing. Thank you, Prisida, for pointing it out. Guys, this is what you actually have. This is the page. So what you need to do is you go to your paths. Then you'll have a cloud engineering path, which you need to click. And then you need to complete all this to actually complete your thing. I'll show you again. So sorry. Yeah. So this is where you are now. You go to your
No,
path.
I haven't signed in.
Okay, you need to sign in first.
Yeah, yeah, you can just tell that.
Yeah. You
Uh,
sign in, and then you can just go to the path. And then our path is cloud engineer learning path. So we go into cloud engineer learning path, and then we are expected to complete all this. So if wherever there are labs, we will our team will conduct a session, and then we'll complete the labs. But then there are certain things like courses are which I expect you to do it yourself, because let me just show how it is inside for those who are new. So you basically enroll in this on-demand course. You just enroll here, yeah, and then you start the module overview where there will be a person explaining to you, so you don't have to worry. And then you have to answer the quizzes and everything. So by the end of this month, we are expected to complete. Uh, 1 minute.
yeah,
Yeah, we are
what is the
expected to
target?
complete all this.
Oh,
So there
where
are
can we find that last year? In
in the
parts?
yeah parts. Then you go to cloud engineer.
Sorry, parts and then cloud
Cloud
engineering part.
engineer learning
So
path.
only we are meant to do in our tenure, we are meant to do only this cloud engineering learning path, is it?
Yes,
So if we are completing this, we are completing our entire course.
yes. And then individually also, as soon as you complete your course, the individual course, you'll be given a badge. So that suppose let's go here. Mm, okay, let's just go here. Uh, and here, see, you have that preparing for your associate cloud engineer completion badge. If you go into the next thing, cloud, you'll actually have this badge again. See, cloud fundamental completion badge. So your profile will be filled with badges. That's the plus point of this session. I mean, this thing. So you can
Nice.
do that also. See, you have 30 credits here. 30 credits means $30, and we are getting for this particular course we need $30, which we are getting it for free. So don't you think it's like some? It's a privilege for us to do that.
Okay, the first lab you're telling is the tour of Google Cloud hands-on lab. That is what we are supposed to complete it, right? I guess eventually we
Yeah, I'm sorry for that disruption. So, yeah. Are you saying something or can I continue?
yeah, I had my doubt clarified. There is a doubt again by Evangeline that if we get credits each time we completed a course, we get credits each time we completed a course. That
No,
is that.
credits are something that you spend.
Yeah, and badges are something we get.
You get badges. So if your account has here you'll have few people have 100 credits. So if I have 100 credits, if I complete this course, my credit count goes to 70, but I get a badge. It works something like that. But since we have monthly subscription, it means that in this month unlimited.
Okay.
You get unlimited credit, so complete it. That's what it's meant. So yeah. So this is
So, like for everyone to be on same page, can we have targets like this last year? Like
yeah,
we can just complete it like at our own pace, right?
yeah,
So, but just to be like for us to be structured, I think we can have a
yeah. We can have a
target
target.
or something that we are ought to complete this by this weekend or something like that. If you could
Yeah.
design, that would be great, maybe.
By next Wednesday, if that's
Huh.
possible, if we can complete the first three. If you have any labs in between, please leave the labs. Skip to the course. Uh,
Super.
okay, so if suppose in this, if you and sorry, you sometimes have something called as lab in between the course content. So if you have any labs, skip the labs, go complete the course. Of course, you need to complete the lab to complete to get the badge. But then labs are something that we all will do together. If you are okay with that, if
There
you
is only one lab here, Lasya, or like there is something like quest and all. What is
yeah,
quest?
quests are generally things that contain labs. So,
Oh,
yeah. Okay, if you guys want to complete your lab, get done with the course, you're open to do that. But if you're facing any problem with the console or you're not understanding what actually is happening, then maybe we all can do it together, having a session. And I hope we can take 2 sessions per week, as this is a long course, but within a short time, and all of us are having exams too. So if we can, adjust our schedule. I know second years are going through exams, but then we have exams from November 28th till almost December 26th, and December 28th is somewhat. It's like the last day to complete the project, so we have to complete the project during our semesters and stuff. But then I hope it's worth spending some time, because not everyone is getting access to this. So ultimately,
yeah.
our goal is to get more knowledge on stuff. Okay, semester exam, somehow I know all of us will pass, but this is something that we all have to use it. So
And it's prestigious to our college also.
yeah, prestigious to you personally, because it adds a lot of things to your knowledge thing, and then obviously resumes also. So I hope all of us can actually properly use this. So yeah, okay. Going back to the lab again. So I'll quickly start the lab. I hope all of you can start. So yeah, you all guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the
No,
problem.
now,
You can,
not now. We aren't able to see.
no, are you not able to see my screen?
No, now we aren't not able to see.
Okay. Can you now? So 1 minute. When I'll submit from the start. I mean, I'll start. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Prisida, can you?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, yeah. So okay. So these are the tasks that we have, and we'll go through each of them individually when we.
Just a minute. How are we getting this page? Where are we getting?
Actually, as soon as you open your thing, you'll not this page, but 1 minute. Let me just go back then. So you'll get this page.
Yeah.
So you click on this to go into that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Tour. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what they're asking us to do is in this thing is explore the lab. That's the tour of Google Cloud hands-on. So where are we? Are we? Yeah. So yeah, we'll complete
Is
this
it in
course.
the home page?
Yes. Here you'll 1 minute. Here you'll find this. You need to click on this.
Catalog. Okay.
Uh, and then you go into this, and then here we have to go to our task. So task one is start the lab, and then you have all your credentials here, which are specific to you, and this credential will expire as soon as you submit the lab, and this cannot be further used. So this is more like a one-time thing. So you open the Google Cloud Console, you see the project ID, you see the username, and 1 minute. Yeah, this is what you'll be going into. So then next task two is like seeing the projects that are there in our console and stuff, which we'll go through. And then task three is roles and permissions. So that we'll again go into and see what individually they're asking us. Then task four is API and services. We need to enable an API dialog flow. So yes, in between we need to complete the quiz also, and then you end your lab. So I'm starting my lab minimum 10 minutes. Actually, they have given 6 minutes, but it's ideal to spend at least 10 minutes in your lab. Since I've completed it, maybe I'll not spend that time. But you guys make sure. So you open your Google Cloud Console now, and then you write use another account. You go there, you copy your username, and then you paste your
Last,
username here.
just a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah,
Little, I think you're going little fast. I
yeah.
think.
Okay. So, okay, you click on Open Google
Just
Console.
okay, okay.
Then you'll have the login thing, like where you have to, 1 minute. Let me close it again. Open Google Console. Then you'll be asked what to do. Then use another account. Go back to the lab and then copy your username. Okay. So
But I
this is
don't find a take a tour here in my catalog.
you're not finding it. Huh?
Yeah,
You will find it. That's the first thing you will have. Uh, I don't know what
restart
to.
it again, like from start lab. Okay, I think a lot of people here also are getting some doubts. Can you
Yeah,
repeat
okay.
once
Let me
again
just
what
end
is
my
what
note.
they're saying?
Yeah. So yeah, this is the first lab set. Will be a little confusing for us.
Yeah,
We'll hopefully go through it together. So
you just scroll down through the chat. Maybe you can say. Did you sign in, Meenakshi? It's done. Okay. Okay. I am also left where Meenakshi is left only. I signed in. After that,
did you sign in? Like as soon as you sign in, you'll see that tour of hands-on lab. Or else you can maybe do this thing. You can go to the 1 minute path and go in. See, even in that, you will find the first lab to be that.
yeah, that lab only, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Take a tour. I didn't get, but I got this thing.
yeah.
This lab thing
Um, yeah, make sure you do that subscribe thing also.
with subscribe.
Okay, 1 minute. Use
Subscribe to this learning path. Okay.
yes. Click on that and then view. Uh, we have only 15 minutes, so I'll be a little quick there. So start your lab,
Okay.
and then after you start your lab, you have the option called Open Google Cloud Console here. Let me just close this lab. Let me close this also. So you have this Open Google Cloud Console, which you'll do. uh, and let me just go do that again all over again. So you'll do this. So now what you do is use another account, go back to your lab, copy your username, go back to this, and you paste it next.
Another account or another tab?
You automatically this tab will open. Use another account. You need to go and use another account.
Another account.
I'll show once again. Open Google Cloud Console.
Okay.
Use another account.
I didn't get that. I got directly my
Yeah,
account.
if you get it directly, no issues. You can just do that.
Okay, okay. Done. Huh.
Yeah. Then you go copy this username,
Okay, okay. Done. Huh.
paste it the username, then go on to next, then copy your password, come here, go on to next.
Last.
I mean logging in is easy, I feel so I'm just
Okay, we are just making ourselves sure because this is
uh,
little complex. Okay,
yes.
okay. Done.
Okay.
Done,
So
Lasya.
yeah, next you click on I understand. It's just
Hmm.
the terms and conditions of all the application. You will be presented with this thing. This is the
Yeah.
Google Cloud Console. So you click on
Yes.
I agree to the terms and conditions, and then click on continue and agree. Agree and continue. Sorry, I'm clicking on that. So
Okay.
hopefully everyone got till this point. So
Yes.
next, so what they
Just a
ask,
minute. If anybody didn't get, you can just ping in the chat. Uh, last year, let's not. I think let's not worry about the time because this is first time. Everybody should be sure, kada. Like
yeah,
how what are they doing? I think you are little worried about the time maybe.
yeah. So did anyone?
Can we repeat a
Yeah,
lab
you
if
can,
not?
Evangeline. This is my fourth time doing it, so you can repeat a lab. So yeah, is anyone stuck anywhere beyond before this point? Like
Got it.
yeah, everyone. I hope everyone of us like travel till there. So yeah, next we'll go to this again. So okay, now what they asked us to do. So we'll go to the task one. 1 minute. Uh, we'll complete the quiz later. Task one, they asked us accessing the cloud console. So this is our cloud console, and we've got access to our cloud console. So before we do the tasks, I just want to explain what actually we are seeing here. So this is our project info. That is our sample project. We are given a project number and a project ID. So this is the sample project. Your project name can be anything, but the project number and project ID are unique to you. So you once this project number is assigned to you, no one else will have the same project number and ID. So next, coming to APIs, this we'll see because APIs basically we run multiple applications in a single project. So it's more like a querying thing. So how many people are trying to access your website? So see requests per second. So that is how many requests are you getting for your project per second and everything. So monitoring is again it's like your resource monitoring, your virtual machines monitoring, and then your project monitoring. You create your dashboard where you will get your billing also. So everything you monitor about everything about your regarding your project in this monitoring section. Then error reporting and stuff again. When the load when I limit my suppose I limit my thing to I want only 1,000 requests per second. So again going on. Then news is obviously the latest things and stuff. So cloud trace, I remember previously explaining about cloud trace. That is like what are the bottlenecks of your project that is slowing down your project. So and then we'll eventually go into what BigQuery is, and then what SQL is, compute engine for virtual machines, then storage classes, then cloud functions for running your applications seamlessly, and then app engines. By the way, quick fact: App Engine is the first product launched by Google Cloud. So yeah, that is that. So on the left side we see APIs and services, then billing, then IAM for accessing and marketplace, which I'll get back to you. Then compute engine is basically for all the virtual machines, deploying your application there, managing your virtual machines. See, yeah, VM instances, instance templates, and then we have migrate to virtual machines, committed use discounts. Yeah, then we'll go into each of that storages and stuff. Then we have Kubernetes, which is basically for the container orchestration of your applications, that we'll see why Kubernetes is used. And what do I say? So it's basically like there is you divide your applications into small containers, so that if there is any problem in your application, you directly go to that container, while the other containers are actually running properly. So if there is any thing, any problem in that, in a part of the application, you just go to that specific container and you clear your problem there itself. So then we have cloud storage, buckets monitoring and setting. Buckets, we'll talk about data buckets, data lakes, data warehouses, and databases. And then these are for firewalls and firewall API addresses. Bring your own IP. These are all for security and infrastructure security. And then we have cloud run for our applications. Then we have SQL. Then we have security management. So yeah, data loss prevention, binary authorization, VPC, identity aware proxies, and all these are basically like for us as a student is not useful, but then as a huge company, you want your suppose in an employee system, let us say, you want your employee from when he's in that particular region only to access your data. So such things happen, then we can actually use this identity aware proxy, where identity aware is that your identity here is the region you belong to. Then beyond corp enterprise is the third one, is basically like a third party thing that Google has taken. So we'll see about all this in detail. Then we have Google Maps platform, and then we have many more products. We have all the third party things that are going on here. Cloud spanners, yeah, cloud spanner is something that, copying your data everywhere. Firestore is used for application database migration. Bigtable is something like BigQuery again. There are minor differences in everything, which we'll see. IoT core is generally for IoT data flows. PubSub is like transforming unstructured data into structured data. Then what else we do have? Obviously BigQuery. Then we have Looker is for like visualization tools. uh, we may not go in detail into every side heading because it's not actually needed, and not everyone specializes in everything that's there in this console. There are again people who specialize in just one particular application. So no one expects us to know everything about this. And coming to artificial intelligence, we have Vertex AI platform, documentation AI. Documentation AI is basically like you combine all the documents. When you file related things, you combine it one into one side. And then detail text, speech to text, obviously, which we use for translations. Again, translations, enterprise, visual inspection. Inspection is basically like all these models. Now we see now whether dog is sitting or standing, we all analyze that, all that stuff. So partner solutions again, apart there's all like Neo4j, yeah, the newly graph database that's popular these days. And then MongoDB, uh, and Elastic Cloud Database, Apache, and all this. I think this is quite popular. So yeah, these are all the third party things. So yeah, this is the basically the overview of all this. We'll go in detail of all the necessary things. So yeah, coming to the project, the task one. So this is our project. We'll go to all. We can see this is the project that is assigned to us. So we have completed task one. So we've seen what our project is. Okay. So that is our task one that we have completed. Uh, yeah. So we've gone there. So which field is not found in the left pane? Can anyone answer me? I hope at least one have done this. So please put your answers in the chat box so that I'll do this. So the username in the left panel will resemble this. So to see all of this. Then coming to the task to projects in Google Cloud Console. Yeah, we've completed task one and task two together. So view all the projects. We've seen what all projects we have. Where is this? This. See, these are the projects that we have. If you have multiple projects, you can see all the projects here. So you'll have that. No organization. If you belong to an organization, you'll have some organization there. And next, test your understanding, will do that. And then navigation to menus and services, we've done that already. We've seen what all are there in that. And then roles and permissions. So that's our task three now. So roles and permissions, I've already told IAM and admin. So it is identity and access management. So here we'll see who the editor is, who the viewer is, who actually is the admin, who is the owner of the. See, I told you 1 minute. Let us go to the console. So let's do this. Where are we? Here. So where did we end up? 1 minute, yeah. So I remember saying that you can be a admin to a particular section, or you can be an editor only to a particular part of the project. So here we can see, I'm I'm just the admin of BigQuery, and owner and store. I can't. There will be someone else who is owner of another thing. So it basically it is a hierarchical structure as described, as it is defined. It is that you and one more thing that Google follows is never make your resources accessible to everyone. Only the admin or the project head or whoever is the topmost authority that is responsible for the project only should have the access to all the projects. Remaining everyone should be limited with their access. There is a specific term which they actually use it. I'll get back to you knowing what that is. I don't quite remember it properly. So the thing is that only people with suppose my part of the data, I mean, I'm just responsible for training the model, so I have to be given access to only that part rather than giving access to the database, because once I import the data, I don't need anything with the database. I should not manipulate the database. The data engineers do that part, handling the data and stuff. So as a person doing only this work, I'll be given access to only this work. So why is that basically done is so that we don't turn on unnecessary stuff and exhaust our resources. So there is something called billing, where if you leave your resources on without offing and stuff, you'll exhaust your resources, and then the bill goes on increasing. So yeah, we have seen the permissions now. This particular person has an owner permission, this has editor and viewer permission. So this is us now. Okay, I'm the user. These two are not me. I'm just an editor and a viewer here. So yeah, that is that part. So next, and I request all of you to go in detail what they're explaining in this stuff, because uh, time is a constraint. Though we take 15 minutes more, also time is a constraint and we can't go through each of the line. So I request all of you to do that on your personally. And if you have any doubts, please get back to us. My team is always there to help you. So yeah, again, this we'll complete the quiz. Then we have APIs and services. So what they expect us to do is, most cloud APIs provide you with detailed information on your project's usage of the API. On the step one is on navigation menu, click on API and services library on the left pane under the category. We'll have okay. Basically, what they're asking us to do is the Dialogflow API. So Dialogflow allows you to build rich conversational application. Example, Google Assistant. Okay, I hope all of you know Google Assistant, Alexa, and I mean like that Siri and stuff. So what they ask like expect us to do is that switch on this API. So in go in these applications, what I've actually told is billing is the huge criteria that we follow. So to do anything, we expect has to do it manually here. Like you enable an API, that means that you are using the resource. So you're charged for that. You are only charged for what you access. Okay. So whatever you need to do it, like enable it and do it manually. That part of the stuff. Remaining deployment and everything is again automated. That we'll go through, which is a huge advantage of Google Cloud. So next, I'm sorry. Where did the APIs and stuff go? Oh my god, I clicked on that. Okay, no issues. We'll search for APIs and services. hmm Yeah, we go to APIs and services. You people will directly have it. I mistakenly have unpinned that. So yeah, go to enable APIs and services. So here, see, these are all the different APIs. If you are really interested in
Lasya,
that, yeah,
just sorry to interrupt. Is this like a part of the lab
yes,
that we
this
are
is a part
doing?
of the lab.
Okay. Uh,
You
okay,
only
done.
need to slow down a bit. Yeah. So if you guys are interested in knowing what individual APIs does, free to do that. You can access the lab as many times as you want. So currently we're in the Dialogflow API, which they told is for building rich conversations and stuff. So we are going to that. It's under machine learning. So what? Okay, let me just go and show you properly.
So under the console, we have to do this enable APIs and services. That's the first task, is it?
It's the fourth task. We've completed the three tasks. Okay,
Okay.
this is simple lab. So the task is just seeing, but then this is the first lab. We'll go on to more complex stuff. At that time, we all should be really quick because the time is limited, but then the work is little more. So yeah. So what you do is you go under the machine learning tab. Then you can go on to Dialogflow API. If you don't find that, always use the search box. Dialogflow. Okay. you can find it either this way or you can just find it on the machine learning. So I go into the API, and then you can try this API. But then since we don't have any, try worthy projects, we just enable it as they ask. Um, so it will take some time. It will take a minute or two. So did everyone come till this part? Yeah, so our API status is enabled. Let me just go into the chat box. Did everyone get to that part? Anyone, still stuck somewhere, or all of us are in the same place? Yeah, okay. I see people are on the same page. So,
Last year?
yeah,
Yeah, do we need to perform all the tasks?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we have to complete all the tasks to finish the lab.
Yeah,
Lastly,
okay.
how to like mark it as done or something?
No, you
Like
can't mark it. It automatic when you complete the task, it get automatically done. It checks. There is
which?
no.
Oh,
You need to do that to actually see it's done. There's no option where you mark it manually that it's done in labs.
okay, okay.
Okay, so let's go here. So my API status is enabled. It's a public API, and then okay, coming to public and private APIs, we'll again see about it when we in detail go into the APIs and services. Then service name is googleapis.com dialog flow, and then credentials. We've used this sometimes when you're doing multiple projects, you have multiple credentials, multiple accounts, so where you can do that. Versions and stuff, when we are creating the virtual machines, we'll see about that, what versions exactly are. And so yeah, we are done with enabling the API. Let's go back and see what else they expect. So click on try API. Okay, we'll click on that. Where is that? Uh, okay. I guess we've enabled it without trying then. Okay, try this API. Yeah, you see all the. Yeah, you can see all the APIs here and know what exactly this does. And yeah, there's nothing to try in this, I guess. Yeah, you can just read about the documentation and stuff. Yeah, we've done that. Then we return to main page, console, cloud overview. See, we got to this part, API enabled and manage. See, API enabled and manage. So next, now we'll check our progress whether our API is enabled properly or not. My API is enabled properly. Did anyone's API? I mean, anyone's API not enabled properly? Please drop it in the chat box. Let me check. You can just write API enabled or API not enabled so that I'll know. Yeah, good. Nice, Nandini. Um, okay. I see a couple of people's API is enabled. So what we did is correct. And then, so yeah, we have to end the lab. Before that, we need to quickly do this. So yeah, okay. This builds a temporary environment in Google Cloud. Start lab, because as soon as you start the lab, we got an option called Open Google Cloud Console, which is a temporary environment. As I already told, once you end your lab, you can no longer access that console. So start lab is the answer. Let's check. I'm not sure of the answers. I forgot many. So when timer reaches 00, you will lose access to your temporary that you discussed already. And then some labs have tracking. Yes, labs did have tracking. That's the reason we were able to see that part where this part. So that is like, yeah, we have tracking. Some labs have trackings. So true. In order to receive completion credit for a lab that has tracking, you must complete the required hands-on.
Last year?
Yeah,
Last year, can we restart our lab?
yeah, you can.
Okay.
So basically, I want to mention one thing is that because now we have monthly subscription, we have this unlimited act. though this is a free lab for that 30 credit lab, since it's unlimited thing, so we are able to access it any number of times in the month. But then sometimes, as I told, I'll have only 100 credits. If I do that lab again, then again my 30 credits will be gone. So 60 credits on a single lab will be gone if I do it second time. So yeah, in future when you get credits or when you're actually doing it, make sure you don't make that mistake or try to do that again, because it's unnecessary. One credit is equal to $1. So
So
yeah,
I can't restart this present lab.
no, this you can, because we have monthly subscription. This is although free lab also. So this is a free lab also. So you can restart it.
Okay, so how
Just
will you restart it?
you just end the lab and then again start it. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll jump into this again. Some labs have tracking. Yes, that's true. And then, in order to receive completion credit for a lab that has tracking, you must complete the required hands-on. True. Okay. If I get any wrong answers, also don't mind. I'm sorry. So, what field is not found in the left pane? So this is the left pane. So I don't find. I find password. I find project ID. I find system admin. No, I don't find that. Open Google Console. Yes. So I don't find system ID admin. So that's the answer there. The username in the left pane, which resembles, is an IAM identity. So we've discussed that IAM identity is the access control. So because of this ID only, when we go into this, when we go into our IAM thing, and then let's quickly show. Okay. So see, student 00EA1, because of that particular thing only, I'm getting editor and viewer. So yeah, student 00EA01, because of this particular ID, I'm given this part of access only. So yes, that does affect. So in the left pane resembles, that's true. Submit. So next, let's go down. An organization entity for anything you build with Google Cloud is a Google Cloud project. So organization entity. How do I explain this? So all your entities are. I'm not understanding how to. Okay, obviously username and password can be, you know, removed from that. Cloud storage bucket is actually storage buckets and data lakes and everything we'll discuss later. So okay, currently you just see it in this way. An organization entity for anything you build on Google Cloud, it comes under project. You want to access any resources of the Google Cloud, you need a project to actually work on. You can't just buy something and there is no use. That's not the thing. You have a project, then you take the resources for the project. So that's that there. So QuickLab resources is shared with only QuickLab users, which means you cannot delete or modify it. I guess it's true. Let's see. Yeah, it's true. So QuickLab resource is a project where you run all your lab steps. um, QuickLab resource is the project where you run all of your lab steps. It's true, actually, partly. Okay, let's see. I am not sure of this answer. Maybe it can be false also. See, it's false. Quick labs. I'll get back to you on why this is happening, and then we'll see. And yeah, we've done the task two. We've completed this, and offers quick access to platform services and also outlines its offering. Obviously, navigation menu that we've seen just now, and basic roles, set project level permissions, and unless otherwise specified, control access management of Google Cloud Services. It's project level permissions. That's true. The permissions that you get only say what access you have, and then provides all viewers with permissions. So obviously, not Google Cloud is not a role that to provide thing. But if you are an editor, you can actually view and change also. So it's editor that can view view provide all viewer permissions plus permissions for action to modify a state. Modify a state is like you want to make changes in the project. So yes, and APIs. Uh, when you start a lab, you need to enable an API in your project to start working on Google Cloud. False. We didn't enable an API when we started a lab. We've done it when we want it for our project. So yes, ending a lab. So congratulations, we've completed all of that. Did we leave anything? No. So yeah, this is our score. We've completed what all they've said. So you can, oh my god, You can end your lab.
Lasya, Lasya,
Yeah.
how can we check whether whether API is enabled or not?
Okay. So, in normally when you want to check, you can. Okay, mine I've unpinned it. So, as I previously showed you, you'll directly get that part. Okay, let me just show it in this part. Uh, you'll get something like this. 1 minute. Something like this, API enabled, like in your console, but you want to check outside the console whether, then you need to click on check my progress. So when you click on check my progress, if it's showing a tick mark, that means that you successfully enabled your API. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And then okay, I'm ending my lab. Shall I end my lab, or anyone's having any doubt that you want me to show in the console? I have 18 more minutes in the lab. Shweta Evangeline. So that's just a score showing that we've completed the lab. If you didn't get a 100% score, that means you did not complete your lab. That's an indicator saying that you can end your lab now. So that's what it's showing. Am I clear, Shweta? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sindhu. She answered it. Yeah. So, uh, shall I end my lab? I'm ending it. So I'm submitting my lab. So I've submitted my lab. I've successfully done everything. So yeah, see this. Now I can no longer do anything else, I guess. So guys, any more doubts?
Lasya, how do we get an indication that we have completed that lab? Like we'll get that star mark, is it? Yellow color.
Yeah, that is one thing, and you'll have that 100 by 100 score.
Yeah, yeah, 100 by 100 is okay, but after later on, if we end the lab,
You'll
again
get
it
6
is coming
marks.
to zero, right?
Yeah, it's not an issue actually. That's how it happens. But then
No,
as I
if
showed
we
you,
go to our main thing, main,
yeah, in our actually our learning path is there, right? In that
yeah,
learning path, it's indicated that we've completed it. So let's
okay,
go and
okay,
check whether I have completed that or not. So see, in my learning path, it's marked that I've completed the lab.
okay, okay.
So yeah, so for the next session, we expect you to complete the first that entire row, that is preparing for your associate cloud engineer journey, cloud fundamentals, cloud infrastructure. If you can complete this by the next Wednesday, I mean Saturday, I'll obviously if time permits, Saturday or Sunday we'll definitely be having a session and we'll complete the next lab. Actually, I have planned for 2 labs, but since this is our very first lab, we've taken a lot of time on this. So the next lab is Google Cloud and G Shell. So I'll just give a quick overview on what Google Cloud, G Cloud and G Shell are. So those are the consoles where we can interact with the Google Cloud. It's more like a command prompt. So you can run your commands there. So each command there you run gives a specific output. So in that lab, we'll check, we'll install we'll create a virtual machine, and then there are 2 labs actually. They are interconnected. So we'll in one lab we'll see how to create a virtual machine, and then in that lab we'll see what zones and regions are. Then we'll see how Cloud is very conscious, because certain zones and certain regions have that low carbon emission thing. So that energy efficient things. So we'll see about that. How Google is very conscious about environment, and then we'll see how to create a virtual machine in a region, and then how to you know work on see we'll just see what inside is there. Then we'll see on how to download something into that and stuff. So that's the next lab. So hopefully even the second years will be completing their exams by this weekend. So maybe this weekend, if it's possible for my team, then all of 4 of us will be again taking a session. So Yeah, that's it for today's lab. Any doubts, please, drop it in the chat box. And yeah, this is it. That's all I have for today.
Great, Lasya. Great. I hope we get something from here. This, uh, unless we don't have any doubts, I think we can stop the session.
Yeah, and a quick shout out to my team. They worked really hard for this.
Yeah, truly.
Okay,
Yeah,
then.
thank you.